So welcome all of you,
Hey,
KZOOMers.
there's only one other square that's moving and everybody else is frozen. I wonder what's happening. Hopefully you can hear us. Zivalev, you're square, you're moving, and us, but that's it. So,
Is everybody here? Is everybody here?
well, let's proceed as if. Whoop.
Here.
Oh, great, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Cliff and Chandler, you're moving. Yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
Sai is here. Sai is
All
here.
right.
Everybody's here.
Hinay.
Hinay, yeah.
Hinay.
So,
Amigo.
so this is the last KZOOM of 2021.
About a year.
And it's kind of amazing to look back and see that in March 2020, I said we have to do this KZOOM,
This weekly,
and
yeah.
I had no idea we would be still
Almost
doing
2
this
years later.
KZOOM, but it's been a great blessing to be connected to you all.
As we call you our congregation.
Yes,
You are
our congregation.
our congregation. Thank you.
So I want to just begin with this practice from the Love at the Center curriculum, from the Song of Songs. And the Song of Songs, is really the central text for me and for many mystics, knowing that that when love is at the center of our tradition, everything looks different. And what's important to the Song of Songs is a direct and immediate apprehension of the divine through this world. It's like you don't have to go anywhere. All you need to do is get present and open up to the presence, which is coming to us through this world in ways that we couldn't think up. And the one thing that seems to get in the way of our apprehension of the world is our thoughts about it, our expectations, our worries, our kind of more worries.
It's a kind of a filter between us and the present moment.
Right.
The bubble of thoughts.
And so this practice is really kind of acknowledging that I don't always see what's right in front of me. I don't always hear the voices, the voice of the divine that is coming to me, and I need to somehow change the quality of my presence so that God can come, God can flow in. And you could say that all of Jewish mysticism is really, how do you bridge that chasm between the infinite and the finite? How does that flow happen? How does God come in through us into the world? How do we find ourselves in dveikut, in connection with that presence, no matter where we are and who we're with? How do we keep an awareness of that presence at the same time? So when we say, let me see who you, when I was thinking about doing this chant and looking at the Zoom screen, there was just a whole other meaning. Because I want to say to God, let me see your face. Let me see who you are. Let me see who you are. And then I thought, when I'm chanting, and there's these faces in front of me, I also want to be able to say to you, let me see who you are. And I can't say, let me hear your voice, because then you'll unmute. But I can say, let me see your face. and your radiant face. And through that face, we are shining God's presence. And but sometimes we are veiled in some way. We're not shining. So so I want to do this practice as a kind of a commitment to presence, to be able to see what's in front of us and not get sort of so caught up in our thoughts and our expectations and our worries and our trying to figure it out place that we miss the gift that's coming to us through the world. And I've been trying to just to say, okay, I need to wake up and just remember how each moment is so precious, and I don't want to miss it by kind of being in my tripping out place that takes me away from this moment. So let's do this practice and use it as a kind of opening up a doorway that is like, oh, this is how I want to live. This is how I want to walk. And see if with each word we can open up the receptors inside us to receive blessing.
Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych, Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych, Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych, Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini et marayich, Hashmi-ini et kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, Harini, et marayich, Hashmi-ini, et kolaych, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh, ki kolaych arayv, u-maraych naveh.
So as we open to the beauty of this world, there are times when that beauty is shining forth. It's shining forth from everything. And then there's other times it seems like a veil goes down and the world that was once transparent is opaque. You know, the light goes out of it. And then Psalm 27, the psalmist says, do not hide your face from me. Do not hide your face from me. It's like I saw that light, that shining light coming from the world, and then it seemed like it was gone. And so I cry out, do not hide your face from me. And as I began to chant these words, something happens to me when I'm chanting. And the way it feels like is that I'm chanting, I'm chanting, I'm chanting. And then suddenly I say, oh my God, who's chanting? And it feels like God is chanting me. That there's that, I'm not the one chanting anymore. And when that happened with this chant, really God was saying to me, well, Shefa, don't hide your face. And I realized, that's maybe where the problem is. And what does it mean to hide your face? Is that there's a way that we build up defenses. We build up a kind of an artifice of of a personality of who we are, and we become opaque ourselves. And so what it felt like God was saying to me is, if you want to see my face, then you need to not hide your face. You need to take off the masks. You need to put down your defenses. You need to open up in vulnerability to this world. And then the light will again appear. So that it's happening inside me. God is always shining that light. But I don't always show up to receive it. And that kind of showing up is a process of healing, of risking, of
pulling myself out of my thoughts.
Right.
Waking up and
becoming present. Yeah.
Here's...
So when I'm chanting, I'm very aware of not just the sound coming out of my mouth, but a feeling like my whole face is kind of vibrating with the chant. And sometimes if I've become numb in some way, then the chant is not going to come through. So I want to open up the whole, my whole being, and the chant becomes a healing force to clear away some of those masks, some of those veils that keep me from shining, and also really inadvertently keep God out. So it's the quality of my face, my presence, that determines whether God's face will appear to me in this world. So I want to chant this with you and see if every repetition of the chant there can be more light shining out, as if God is saying to you, don't hide your face. Don't hide your face. Don't, it's that shining. And we've met people who are like that, who you see, they don't hide. I was actually thinking of Phyllis. There's some people who can't hide. They don't even know how to hide. And they're an inspiration to me. So these words says, tastayr, panecha mimeni. Don't hide your face from me. So as I'm chanting it, I am feeling that, the passion to know God directly. And I'm also hearing the divine passion to know me, to see me, to allow me to let go of my defenses.
Self-consciousness.
Yeah. And so this is a 3-part round. So we'll do it
We're pretty good, but
we can't do 3 parts.
there's only 2 of us.
So we'll learn it first. We could do the 2 parts, and you can add the 3rd
Mm-hmm.
parts. tastayr, panecha, mimeni, 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 close your eyes and feel and even imagine a countenance shining on you. Imagine such an open face that you have, letting that countenance in, letting it kind of ignite that radiance at your core so that you can shine it out. God is saying, let me see, let me know who you are, let me see your face. So I want to open your eyes and take a look around at the shining faces here in the Zoom room.
From all over the world.
And if you can show your face, that would be great. If not, just to see that shining face and to show your own face. So I realized that the key to receiving God in the world had to do with opening my heart, really, and living from my heart. And I wanted to, so it's like sometimes, I remember studying and in rabbinical school and thinking like, my goal in life is not to just keep getting smarter and smarter. I thought, I'm pretty smart enough. There's some other way that I want to cultivate a wise heart, and which is different than kind of getting more and more information. I want everything that I receive to be a transformative force that could make me more loving, more open, more receptive to blessing, more shining, and that I couldn't do it through this kind of head place that I was had a great ambition to learn everything I could. And so I wanted to bring this communication from God that says to me, behold, I am giving you, I give you a wise and understanding heart. That part of the gift of this world is a force that I want to allow to enter my heart and to become a wise in heart. And in the book of Exodus, the way that the artists of the Mishkan are described is that they had wise hearts, and that's what allowed them to create beauty in the world. That lev chacham, and so this is a wise heart and an understanding, and it's kind of the direction I want to go in if I am going to receive God's true face and hear God's voice. I want to direct that countenance towards this place inside my heart that can become more loving, less judgmental,
kinder.
Yeah.
wiser. Yeah.
But it's a different kind. It's like this different kind of wisdom that that we can support each other in. So, for those who are shruting, it's an F and a C. So behold, I give you a wise and understanding heart. So as we're chanting it, we are receiving the receiving the
Right into
world
the heart.
and letting it come into our hearts, that kind of transforming all of that beauty into kind of something that opens us, expands us in our love. Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, Hinay, natati, lach, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, sing it with all your heart. Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay, natati, lach, chacham, Hinay,
Hinay natati lach chacham 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 Hinay natati lach chacham
So I invite you to close your eyes and focus on the breath. And imagine the breath coming into the heart on the inhale and coming out of the heart on the exhale. And as you bring the breath into the heart, feel like you're opening a portal inside the heart. Takes you to a much deeper place than you can imagine, and breathe out from that deep place inside the heart. And imagine you're breathing in from all directions into the heart. And you're breathing out from the heart in all directions, becoming radiant. So I think that sometimes the way that we learn is by being in the presence of someone who has that wise and understanding heart. And there's two people who died in this past week that to me represent that wise and understanding heart. And they just, both of them, really kind of embodied joy. And one of them is a man named Sal, who
Sal Yeppa from our Hamish Pueblo, the Native American Pueblo.
And we're close with him and his wife Flo. Yeah. And he always just had a twinkle in his eye. He always had a joy, and I could always feel his heart present.
And he and Flo welcomed the Aleph Kala the year that it was in Albuquerque. The two of them welcomed them to their native lands. And yeah, that's how wonderful they were.
And the other person that I think of right now is Desmond Tutu, Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
Wow, what a guy.
And Pesach knew him and said that he liked to be called Arch. I thought that was pretty funny.
Archbishop.
He's an archbishop, but like people who were his friends called him Arch. And I just wanted to read this one quote to inspire us from Arch, who says, "Discovering more joy does not save us from the inevitability of hardship and heartbreak. In fact, we may cry more easily, but we will laugh more easily too. Perhaps we are just more alive. Yet as we discover more joy, we can face suffering in a way that ennobles rather than embitters. We have hardship without becoming hard. We have heartbreak without being broken." So when I think of what it means to say to God through this world, let me see your face, let me know who you are. I need to become vulnerable. I need to risk showing my own face, and also let the fuel of my life be this inner joy, and allow that inner joy to come out into the world. And I can do that just moment by moment. And so we have this prayer that we say when something happens for the first time. And when we are in that place of presence, of joy, we could say this prayer every
single
moment.
moment.
Every single moment is a Shehechiyanu moment.
If you live it right.
And that's how I want to live.
Yeah.
Because it opens me up to the gift that is flowing through the beauty of this world. And as Desmond Tutu says, even the most challenging moments can add to the wisdom of the heart, can add to our sense of presence.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do this prayer as our final practice, which I call it a meditation on this moment. And each of us can glimpse that state of consciousness, really, that receives the face of God.
In this very moment, wherever you are.
Lazman haZeh Lazman oh, mystery, grace unfolding, oh, miracle lazman haZeh. Shehechiyanu lazman haZeh. Oh, mystery, grace unfolding. Oh, miracle, it's you alone. Oh, mystery, grace unfolding. Oh, miracle, who brings us home. Shehechiyanu lazman haZeh. Shehechiyanu
So we want to call into our hearts all of those who are in need of healing. I know some people who are in this Zoom room need some healing energy right now. And all those who are suffering from COVID now, and we want to send love and presence and radiance to them, and to also the people who are taking care of them, and bringing lots of strength, wide perspective, beauty, poignancy, love. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes and send some of this beautiful energy to the faces here in the Zoom room, in gratefulness for our shared practice, our community, our connections.
Yeah.
And just...
Great.
Send love
good
to
to see
everyone
you.
here. I am Lev. Wow. Good to see you. And so we want to be able to take all of the gifts of this past year and bring them in, and also let go of some of the sorrow, the difficulties of this past year. Dedicate those difficulties to the strengthening who we are, and opening up more compassion for the year to come. And Jennifer reminds us of Bell Hook, who also died this week.
And Joan Diddy, and maybe that was last
Joan
week.
Diddy, yeah, all of them.
Look.
So we want to receive the legacy of all those wise hearts. And